the Know for Wednesday, June 15, the 166th day of 2022. There are 199 days left in the year. Good morning, MB, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station, 1039 The Moose. Live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast. On Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. We will tell you how long it's going to be hot. It's going to be even warmer today than yesterday. Plus, we've got today's water cooler question, your chance for you to cool off. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I've already inhaled my pastry crisp over here.
Oh, did you have what someone might call a snack attack?
Well, yeah, I've been up for a long time, exercised, and I just literally inhaled this.
Okay, so the next time you have a snack attack that you're trying to ward off, press your thumb against the front of your left ear for a few seconds, and then repeat that on your right ear. Reflexology experts say certain points in the ear correspond to organs in the body, and stimulating these points curb the urge to munch. So right on the front of your ear, just press on both ears, and it might get the snack. Yeah, just like that.
Like that little
it might get the
sticking
snack
out part right there?
Might get the snack attack need to go away. So
okay.
give it a try next time.
Right.
Over there in chair number 2, we say good morning and welcome back to Grayson County Extension Office, Family and Consumer Sciences Agent, very special agent, Natalie Tall. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I saw a look of hogwash on your face. So, do family and consumer scientists not endorse the snack attack routine, or
No. I was just sitting there thinking I would literally walk around with my fingers in my ears just all the time. Like,
well,
I would have to
help
have
you
some
on
kind of
multiple levels.
supports under my elbows to like rest them on, so I could just keep them there.
Well, could you put like chip clips on your
There you go.
on your
Did
ears?
we just come up with $1 million idea?
We might have.
And by we, I mean you.
No, I don't.
It happens on this show a lot. It's like, why don't we patent those things?
By committee, we could have one of those, headbands that had two little pointing
There you
things that
go.
go in on your ears and maintain your pressure point. So I don't know if it works or not. We've been looking forward to seeing you because since you've been here, our house, we had a round with the dehydrator.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
How'd it go?
but we rented it for one period, but
Yes.
you used it 2 different times.
Correct.
Well, it looks like a spaceship
It does.
when it sits on,
It
and
does.
then it was running when I came home one day, and she said, "Did you realize you could put 30 layers in this all at one time?" And I thought, 30 layers of this dehydrator, it would look
it's like
very.
sitting on our countertop, right?
Yeah.
And if you had added, so you have to use a minimum of 4. I did read the book, but you can do up to 30.
Yeah.
It would have been midway through our upper cabinet.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a spaceship too, because it has a noise like
Like that fan. Yeah, the fan going and
sound, and it is like, it sounds like things are happening.
So what
in
did you all
there.
dehydrate?
Just bananas and apples.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's a very, it's something you need to start early in the morning
Yes.
because, and even though I read the directions, I read that book about 3 times thinking, okay. But, you need to soak the apples prior to putting them on there. But it takes a long time to get them to the desired dryness.
Yeah, because it's a long, slow process.
It
you
is.
don't want them to dry super quickly. It's a slow process. So
Unfortunately, my first round, they were a little bit soggy.
All right.
I ate them anyway. My second round was a little bit better, but I really need the full amount of time. But what happens is I start them, and then I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then one night she did go to bed, so I turned it off. I was like, okay, that's we don't need to let this run overnight.
Yeah.
But just don't be surprised also if you hear from my mother wanting to use the dehydrator, because
Bring it on.
She's been asking questions, going, so well, what was she doing with it? Like she's wanting to know what she's thinking. Well, I didn't realize there might be some things. So anyway, just another another cool thing that the extension office allows us to do.
And he mentioned doing jerky.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of research on that, and we just never got. I felt like I'd had it checked out for maybe a little bit longer than what I should have, so I went ahead and returned it. But so proper cuts of meat, and I told him he was going to have to be the one like to slice it or whatever. But we may try that next. But I wanted to get it back to you all so somebody else could use it.
I've heard a rumor there are two.
There are two, and apparently I got the big one. So when
you got the one that looks like a literal, that thing is huge.
So when they brought it out, even they were surprised. They were like, "Oh, this one's big." And I looked at it and I was like, "Wow, okay, I may have bitten off more than I can chew."
We don't mess around.
That's right. I know we got a couple other things you need to tell us about the extension office.
Yeah.
We'll get to that
Yeah.
in just a moment. Going to be hot again today, and more intense heat than yesterday. If you can survive a couple more days, it does get a little bit better as we turn for the weekend. At least the high will be in the 80s for Saturday and Sunday, and a little bit of relief from the heat and humidity, but now back into the high 90s again next week. So enjoy the respite that you might get on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll see. I think 98, 97 is the high here locally today. Warm and muggy tonight, low of 80, and then high again tomorrow. And then it gets a little bit better after that. The TVA is an old airline. TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, set a new record for June. That yesterday at 6 p.m., the power system, which involves 153 local power companies serving 10 million individuals and 700,000 businesses in 7 states, provided 31,311 megawatts of energy at a region-wide average temperature of 94 degrees without disruption. The previous record for June was 31,098 back in 2012. So a record that stood for 10-year high for the TVA was broken yesterday. How can you help? Well, between the hours of 2 and 6, keep an eye on your thermostat. You can turn that up if you can. Use the ceiling and portable fans to circulate air. Avoid using ovens, clothes dryers, dishwashers, other large appliances. Close windows, seal up leaks, etc.
So you're telling me I shouldn't be cooking?
Yep, that's
Or doing laundry.
We're giving you,
There you go.
we're giving
and
you a
then if I
pass.
don't cook, I won't have to do dishes.
That's
Exactly.
exactly right.
Okay.
It's all connected to one another. So,
All right.
are you happy to hear that news?
I'm good with it.
Sorry,
Cereal,
kids.
ravioli. There you go.
Everybody's getting snack cakes for dinner tonight. What's going on at the extension office we need to know about, Natalie?
So, most recently, I guess, if you would say, I've got coming up tomorrow, June 16th, we've got rural mental health and farm stress at 5 o'clock. We've got Dr. Paul Norrid from UK is actually coming to give a talk on that. He is a great speaker. He actually did the training for agents across the state, and I followed up with him immediately and asked if he would come to Grayson County. So it is a CAPE approved program. So if you're needing your educational credit for your CAPE grant, if you've been approved, then you can come and this can count for that. So it's not just for farmers, it's for farm families. If you love a farmer and have ever been, concerned about mental health, stress, anxiety that farm life and just farming in general brings, this is the class for you.
By the way, I think I learned from a previous conversation about this event. One of the things I took away, correct me if I'm wrong, not only is he an expert in his field, but isn't he a farmer?
He did. He grew up on a farm.
So
yeah.
he understood. Like he has a background to speak from.
Right, exactly. He's a registered nurse. He also drove an ambulance and was an EMT in a rural county in Kentucky. I don't remember which one. And he grew up on a family farm, and his family also owned a logging business. So he has not only the knowledge, but he has the background experience, to speak on these types of things.
He's got to have a good perspective to be able to speak.
He's wonderful. Yeah. So it's not too late to sign up for that. Call the office or go to our website, which I will mention here in a second. The second thing I want to mention is June 28th. The Grayson County Poverty Coalition is doing a first annual summer resource fair from 1 to 6 at the Extension office. and it's bringing all kinds of resources in the community together in one place. So we're going to have housing resources. We're going to have medical resources. We're going to have the meals bus will be there. We have screenings for different things. So please come out. It's open to anybody and everybody from 1 to 6 on June 28th.
I was learning of this, I guess, late last week or maybe even early this week about the origins of this, and I thought it was an interesting intersection of all the various services and opportunities that are there to help fight poverty. Josh Horton was here last week, and he was talking about their event that they had to move a few weeks ago, where they had first responders and other people around the health community coming together to reach out to families and say, here are your opportunities. This sounds like a broader version of that, where it's like everything under the sun coming together to show families and those maybe those that are amid poverty, those that are warring against poverty, where all these things kind of fit together. Yeah,
absolutely. We've got Feeding America is going to be there, giving out food boxes. We've got, again, the meals bus. We have Owensboro, Twin Lakes Health Clinic is going to bring out their mobile clinic. We have the health department's going to be doing different screenings and car seat checks, and we've got a ton of resources that are going to be there that people can kind of connect to. And maybe you don't need these services, maybe you don't need these resources, but maybe you know somebody who does. So maybe you could come and educate yourself on what's available so that you're better able to help family and friends whenever they're in need.
Would it be fair to say that this event would have been much harder to have at your old facility?
Oh, 100%.
So is this another byproduct of your new?
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to have the entire large room of our facility is going to have indoor vendors, and then we're going to block off part of the parking lot. If you went to the plant fair, it'll be similar setup to that. So we're going to use part of the parking lot and outdoors space that we have as well to put on this event.
All right, and that's the 28th?
So the 28th of June from 1 to 6.
All right. So not only... It's all afternoon, so you're
so we're trying to hit we're trying to hit those people who maybe can come in early afternoon when they still have childcare, and those people who may have to work and get off work and are able to come, after the 4 or 5 o'clock hour. So we have lots of other programs going on, Family and Consumer Sciences and just Extension in general. So visit GraysonEXT.org, and you'll see all of our upcoming programs on there. So.
All right, very good. Thanks for the update. Hey, for the 8th straight week, the nation's average gas prices climbed, jumping 15.7 cents from a week ago to $5.01 per gallon on Tuesday. But here in Kentucky, we're not having to dig quite as deep into the pocket. Kentucky is at $4.80 is the statewide average. But to give you an idea, a year ago today it was $2.86. So. Man. $2 a gallon different than this time last year, and just kind of keeping an eye on where it's going from here. Also, I read an interesting stat this morning. When you see the gas sign, it says, $4.80, and it might say 4, but most of the times there's a 9 that goes into it. It's like 9/10 of a penny that go into that. AAA says that is almost, it makes consumers feel better. By just being a penny less than it would have been, there's something about the psychology of that says, oh well, it's less than $4.81. It's like, well, I mean, really, what's the difference? But it's all mind games at this point, apparently. Some of the other headlines happening today: Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announced his support yesterday for his chamber's emerging bipartisan gun agreement, boosting momentum for modest but notable election year action by Congress on an issue that's deadlocked lawmakers for a better part of 30 years. The Kentucky Republican said he hoped an outline of the accord released Sunday by 10 Democrats and 10 Republicans would be translated into legislation and enacted. His backing was the latest indication that last month's gun massacres in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas, had reconfigured the political calculations for some in the GOP after years of kind of stonewalling the issue and not being willing to embrace it. So may see some progress on that. You can read about it at K105.com. A Clarkson man sentenced to 20 years after being arrested with nearly 5 ounces of methamphetamine. That plea deal was reached right before trial was supposed to begin. a few days ago. Also, a woman sought by Clarkson police for multiple drug trafficking offenses surrendered to authorities yesterday. You can read about that at K105.com. Also, you can read about a Grayson County High School student attending the Gatton Academy to participate in the Governor's Scholar Program and will travel to Washington, D.C. Katie Dudgeon from Falls of Rough will participate in the Governor's Scholar Program this summer, in addition to attending the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association's Washington Youth Tour in Washington, D.C. She will graduate in 2023 with a minimum of 60 college credit hours. She was accepted into the Gatton Academy in May of 2021, so congratulations to Katie. We talked a little bit about ECTC, or more specifically about the KCTCS, yesterday in their meeting that they had recently in Owensboro for their system. They've got nearly $1 billion annual budget now that they approved. But we've been also seeing in the state budget some things earmarked to help expand opportunities and offerings at the Litchfield campus of ECTC, and reading that the agriculture program at ECTC will offer an animal science track beginning with the fall 2022 semester. Now, that doesn't specifically pertain to the Litchfield campus, but they're all interconnected. So a new track, a new educational opportunity that will be happening through the KCTCS system, and specifically ECTC. So I thought that was neat. The governor has named 17 people to serve on a medical marijuana advisory team that he formed by an executive order. Justice and Public Safety Cabinet Secretary Kerry Harvey and Public Protection Cabinet Secretary Ray Perry will serve as co-chairs of the panel, which includes healthcare professionals, members of law enforcement, and advocates for medical marijuana. That's according to the governor's office. What else to tell you about? Oh, do you think dogs are getting smarter?
Are dogs getting smarter?
Are dogs getting smarter?
Are we getting smarter and know how to teach them? Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay.
I need more information.
Let's go. Let's divide that consideration into two, and let's focus first on our dogs getting smarter. A Missouri home burst into flames after a dog inside managed to turn on the kitchen stove, leading to a grease fire. The incident, which was captured on the homeowner's security camera, unfolded Friday. This is just outside Kansas City. And it says new appliances are being seen with touch controls that activate by the simple touch of a finger. An animal's paw can also activate these types of controls. So video shows that one of the dogs standing on its hind legs, looking over the stove with its paws on the cooktop. Then the dog drops back down to the floor. The footage then shows smoke filling the kitchen before the stove ultimately burst into flames. So, is the dog trying to cook?
He's hungry, man.
Is the dog having a snack attack and says, "I've seen my human owner do this"? Are they being enterprising, or is it completely accidental? You all will have
Who knows?
You all would know better than I would. So I don't know. Maybe dogs are getting.
Maybe they are.
Maybe they are getting smarter. I don't know. We got to get to a break. Natalie Tall is our guest co-host today. We got plenty more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know. At Leggett & Platt, joining the team means when you work a week, you get paid for a week. And since there's only one shift, you work days and know when you work. Production trainees now start at $16.60 per hour, but with incentives, you'll work to around $18 an hour. So you can make nearly $18 an hour as a production trainee, and at the end of the week, you get paid. You have bills to pay, a family to raise, and responsibilities to live up to. So get paid weekly and work a consistent schedule at Leggett & Platt on Ed Embry Drive in Litchfield. Apply in person or online. An equal opportunity employer.
Today, successful small businesses are lean, portable, and focused. If you're running your own business, you need to stay in tune to your customers, vendors, and employees. That doesn't leave much time for processing payroll and reporting, much less the overall performance of your business. The firm of Buckles, Travis, and Hart has a full offering of services for small businesses. Payroll processing, tax liability, unemployment, and financial reporting, just to name a few. Think of them like a built-in business manager, but they don't get sick and they don't ask for time off. Call or contact today to help get your business business focused across the board. Buckles, Travis, and Hart. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
When you're feeling under the weather or concerned about your family's health, you want the support of a trusted medical provider who lives close by and is available to care for you and your family. Dr. Gregory Koo is a family medicine physician who is putting down roots in this community. With 22 years' experience, he's now accepting new patients in both Caneyville and at Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center in Litchfield. Learn more online at owensborohealth.org/KOO.
Are you interested in supporting 100% renewable energy? KU offers programs to help you meet your goals. The Renewable Choice Calculator combines our Solar Share and Green Energy programs to create a customized solution for less than $1 per day or 5% more on your energy bill. Supporting local solar and regional renewable energy has never been easier. Visit lge-ku.com/calculator to learn more.
Apple's teaming up with Major League Soccer. Tech Giants signing a 10-year rights deal with MLS that will make the Apple TV app the exclusive place to see every single live soccer match beginning in 2023. Games will include announcers calling the action in English and Spanish, and all matches involving Canadian teams will also be available in French. Second sports deal Apple's made recently as they're now showing Friday night baseball games. Google activating a new feature on Maps that will show you the cost of toll roads on your trip. The system looks at a number of factors to determine the prices, including whether you have a toll pass or not, day of the week, and the exact toll price at the specific time you'll be crossing it. The new Sleep Reset app will try to help you sleep better. You start with a sleep assessment to determine your sleep score and areas of improvement. You'll then be assigned a personal sleep coach who will guide you through the process to give you tips to help you sleep better based on your habits. Sleep Reset app costs $75 a month. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC.
Today is Go Fly a Kite Day. But right on cue, it's also Global Wind Day. It would be hard to fly a kite without wind. So you can't really have one without the other. Well, you can have wind without kites, but you can't have kites without wind.
It's too hot to be flying a kite
That's
today.
exactly what I was going
This
to say,
is
but
true.
then you'd have to go outside.
It is Lobster Day, the lobster. And it is Justice for Janitors Day today.
Justice for
Justice
janitors.
for Janitors Day today. If you have adolescents, you're probably scratching your head going, whew, how did this happen? Just be aware that there are secret emoji languages being used right underneath your nose that
I'm not prepared for any of this.
you may not be aware of. And in particular, the DEA is encouraging parents to become more aware on this secret emoji slang that teens are using to make drug deals. Oh my gosh. And so there are all kinds of, maybe we can get it full screen so you all can see it as well. So you'll see like dealer advertising. So the dealer advertising these weird looking emojis that the universal symbol for drugs is the red maple leaf from Canada, because they don't have an actual marijuana leaf yet in emoji form. So they use something similar. And then there are potency signals. There are indicators for large batch, small batch. There are different types of emojis for MDMA or for mushrooms or for cough syrup or for marijuana. If you find like your teenager using a lot of Christmas tree emojis, even in the month of July, that might be problematic. So anyway, just be aware. Then you can find this online from the DEA where you can decode the emoji drug code.
Goodness.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, even I don't use a lot of emojis, and I certainly don't use them in formulas to make you put them like, okay, so that one means
What it means.
plus that
Yeah,
one plus
exactly.
that.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not
I
a-
don't.
No.
You're lucky if I add one on at the end. I might do that.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
The laughy face emoji, which apparently is like not cool anymore.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I'm forever not cool.
Oh, well, I
then
mean, same.
in that
Same.
regard. But I mean, so there's apparently something even much more higher level going on. I'd rather stick with information like an age by age guide to chores that kids should be doing. That sound more
Now,
fun?
that is what I can get on board with.
I did think like, wow, these are a little more advanced than I would have thought. Ages 1 to 2, experts say put toys away in a toy bin.
I'm just thinking of my 1-year-old.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like that's when you should be teaching them to put toys away in a toy bin. That's about as much as they can be expected to do. Ages 3 and 4 should do the put away the toys in the toy bin, but also feed pets, set the table, make the bed, put laundry in the hamper. I would imagine they're going to need help with some of those.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. And this is what I always tell people. They can do that, but they're going to do it like a 3 or a 4-year-old.
Exactly.
So do not expect, the parents don't need to expect that their bed is going to look like a military style, bed making. They're going to make it like a 3 to 4-year-old, but they're making it.
And don't, hand out your best like flatware or your china or whatever. Let them start with paper plates.
Right.
And some,
Also, I will teach you from personal household experience. If you have a very athletic child, then just be prepared when she wants to turn putting clothes into the hamper into a basketball contest, and then everything ends up behind the dryer.
There will be missing socks, missing wears, missing pajama bottoms.
It's like, oh, she shoots, she scores.
So what's my 6-year-old? What do I need to let her
All
do?
right, ages 5 to 6,
Here
all
we
of the
go.
above, plus load the dishwasher with adult help, of course. Set and clear the table. Wash dishes with adult supervision. Wipe countertops with wet wipes. Match laundered socks and water indoor plants.
Okay.
Harper doing any of those yet?
Yeah, we don't have indoor plants because they don't live under my rain.
They might with her.
They might. She waters plants. She likes to set the table. The dishwasher, I'm a little bit controlling of my dishwasher.
So am I.
So
Yeah. Mine's
Yeah.
like Tetris.
I let her put away though. She helps me put the dishes away. So
7 to 8, all of the above, plus pack lunch for school. Load and unload the dishwasher. They're going to need a step stool to get the dishes up in the cabinet. Like, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Help with cooking. Okay. Fold and put away laundry. Sweep floors. Rake leaves.
now I already make Harper put her laundry away.
So
She thinks it is the end of the world
Oh, I'm
and it is
sure.
the worst part of her day, but she can do it.
Yeah.
Alea has been operating. I think she's only done it once, but she was very curious about the shop vac out in the garage one day. And it's like, oh, you like the shop vac, do you? Yep. Well, here you go. I'm gonna set you up. So we went and got the headphones on her, protected her ears, and then just let her go, and she had a ball. Now,
Would she want to do it again? Not sure.
right?
Maybe.
And then a couple of weeks ago, she got to use the dustbuster. Mm-hmm. But if you eat
Harper
muffins
uses
like an animal, you get to use the dustbuster.
The one on that list, I think for me, I would have trouble with is letting them pack their own lunch. So I would have to have designated bins or whatever that you could choose
You
from.
could pick from, yeah.
Otherwise, I mean,
Harper would eat a raw hot dog. I mean, that's what she would take
I mean,
for lunch.
Alea would have a box of mini muffins in her lunch
and some
box.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ages 9 to 10, everything we've already mentioned, plus vacuum, do laundry, clean mirrors, dust furniture, sweep porch, deck, garage, sidewalks. Ages 9 to 10. Okay. Ages 11 to 12, all the previous, plus wash dishes, clean the bathroom and kitchen, and help with meal prep. Then beyond 12, good luck getting them to do anything.
Yes. Just leave the door closed. And they may come out and hiss at you like a cat.
If you could just hold on to
Just
them.
throw food up there.
You could just hold on to them to 12.
Lock 'em in
and
the
be like,
basement.
well, it's been
been good knowing you.
I've appreciated your help. Good luck. See you when you're 30.
And then I'm going to come and mess with your stuff.
Natalie, have you had to use Zoom a lot the last couple of years for your profession?
100%.
Do you find yourself? I won't say that this is a narcissistic move, but do you find yourself paying more attention to yourself on the screen or to others on the screen on the Zoom?
Yes. Because I'm worried what other people think. That's why.
So you're scrutinizing yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, staring at yourself during video chats may be putting you in a bad mood.
It does. I can agree with that.
Yeah. I was on one yesterday, and I was like, that angle is terrible.
Exactly.
And then you're the person over here like
but I'm also looking for
adjusting
people like asleep in their chairs because I have found that sometimes.
Yeah. Well, my guess is because you have a lot of colleagues around the state, you have a lot of meetings with people in far-ranging geographies that maybe you don't know very well, but you know well enough to know like he's asleep. Or like,
and then the texting starts.
She had a rough night.
Hey, everybody, look at so-and-so.
Yeah. You know what I would like to have? Maybe this would be a great project for some college group at some point in time in history if they could corral this. To go back later and take all of the Zooms that have happened over the last, we'll just call it 3 years, all of the Zooms, and then put together all of the digital artifacts of all the back channel text chats that were going on, and then attaching them so they look like running commentary. Ooh, people would be in trouble, wouldn't they?
So much trouble.
You know, you get the old, we figured this out 10 minutes ago, but he won't let it go.
Exactly.
There's always the back channel chat.
Yeah.
And then you do have the people who think they're being clever. They'll use the chat in the Zoom or in the Google Meet, but they'll forget to add it at someone, and so everyone can see it.
Exactly.
You know? It's like, oh, well.
Yeah,
that was,
and then
the new study finds that the more a person stares at themselves while talking in an online chat, the more their mood will worsen over the course of the video conference. Study authors believe their findings indicate a troubling connection between online meeting platforms and psychological issues such as depression or anxiety.
My favorite, I was in a really large, like a lot of people, Zoom meeting. My favorite, he clearly did not care and he was not looking at himself, but he was kicked back in a very large recliner. Not a slight man, okay? And the biggest plate of nachos I've ever seen in my life.
Living his best life, man.
But I was envious. I was like, dude.
Yeah. No,
I
most
wanna
of the
be
time I
you.
like to I have to get myself off. Like I can't look at myself because I'm just worried what other people are thinking about the way that I look. And that's just, I mean, and
I'm
just
very
how I am.
expressive. So if I hear something.
Me too. So I just put myself somewhere else so I can't see me. So I look at other people.
Yeah, it's hard to know it's hard navigating that. A boss has been blasted for introducing an extreme office rule that punishes staff for being 1 minute late. A poster explaining the draconian rules has gone viral after a disgruntled employee posted it on social media that says, shout out the worst place I've ever worked. Says the new office rule: for every minute you are late for work, you will be required to work for 10 minutes after 6 p.m. For example, if you arrive at 10:02, you will have to stay an extra 20 minutes until 6:20 p.m. Thanks. So obviously thousands of people rushed to comment. One person wrote, that seems really dumb and highly illegal. Another said, I'd tell them where to go. A third said, do you want to lose employees? Because that's how you lose employees. Yeah. And then one person pointed out, it's honestly so easy to show up on time, though. I get to work 10 minutes early. Oh, well, sure.
Good for you. Right?
But what is the proper punishment? I mean, how do you, like...
Well, first, I don't know. First, you figure out why they're a minute late. Sure. Is there something going on? Because if there's not, then you just, I don't know. What is the proper?
Though.
I don't listen. I don't know.
I was immediately taken.
I'd be working until like 10 p.m. if that were me.
Kevin Spacey and Justin Bateman in Horrible Bosses, because that's the whole That's the whole thing. Like Kevin Spacey was checking the security cameras to
Right.
see when he was there 2 hours before everyone else, but his boss was checking the security cameras, wanted to know why he was 1 minute late or whatever.
Right.
So that's kind of some of the way that goes. This puzzled me. General Motors is already working on a car rental service for the moon. Well, I mean, got to plan these things out. There's
Yes,
your lunar rover
thinking ahead.
rental vehicle. Maybe they'll be better than Hertz and Enterprise. I don't know. Like, they seem to be able to take the reservation, but they don't seem to be able to follow through with the car, in one example. And then this puzzled me. A man has shoes tattooed onto his feet because he's tired of paying for new ones. The tattoo
my
artist is
goodness.
Dean Gunther, age 34, and he had this man who tattooed a pair of Nikes onto his shoes. Now, here's where I'm calling foul. I would have bought your argument. Oh, well, I don't want to buy new shoes, or look at me, I want to turn heads, I want people to notice. But if you can't tattoo those toes, don't even try.
Yeah, exactly.
But the toes are really throwing me off.
That's right. I mean, I wouldn't have minded your premise, but if you're not going to go through the hard
Yeah.
work of doing the toes, I'm out. I
Yeah,
just think
that's-
I think it was just lazy on your part. So try again. We got to get to a break. Today's water cooler question, your chance to win, coming up here on In the Know.
Hear that music? It can only mean breakfast bagels are back at McDonald's. Imagine a folded egg, 2 slices of cheese, plus your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. That's right, the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, and sausage, egg, and cheese bagels are all back, but only for a limited time at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary.
There are moments when doors of opportunity open. Moments when barriers are broken. Moments when you're called to provide hope for someone in need. Moments when you harness something deep inside. Moments when you're drawn to a cause greater than yourself. Moments when champions are born. At the University of Kentucky, this is who we are. This is what we do.
Bandana? Check. Boots? Check. Gloves? Check. As a motorcycle rider, you may go to great lengths to protect your image. Just be sure you're protecting yourself. Wear a Department of Transportation approved helmet. Perform safety checks on your motorcycle. Know the traffic laws and don't take risks. When motorists and motorcyclists work together, we can save lives. Ride safe, Kentucky.
A message from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's me, your old pal Fun, checking back in. Listen, we gotta get back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. What do you say? Blasting out of the barn on Thunderbird, high-speed splashing on Cheetah Chase, and this summer, they've got a mind-blowing drone and fireworks show every night for 6 weeks. Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Come on! Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
Free soft drinks! Free parking! Free sunscreen!
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. From 6-week certificates to 2 or 4-year degrees. There's an option for you. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for pets.
Like cats, all the toys and treats and the fun little beds.
I like the dog section, the food, the chewies. Oh, pig ears.
Of course you choose the Easy Pet.
Right, because your cats are so warm and loyal.
I hope the doghouse is warm tonight.
It's never warm.
No, it's not. Can I help you?
Yeah,
catnip.
rawhide?
Catnip.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather.
The Alert
days continue for the excessive heat warning today and the heat advisory on Wednesday. Overnight lows dip only near 80 in the city, a very warm overnight. The extreme heat continues Wednesday with a high near 99, heat index pushing above 105. From the Wave Storm Tracking Team, I'm Kellen Harnett.
The 105 Days of Summer is powered by Litchfield Exterminating here on the Twin Lakes Best Mix K105.
Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline.
Did you know? Humans are born with only two innate fears: the fear of falling and the fear of loud sounds. Those are the only two fears that humans are born with. Every other fear is learned. The fear of falling. Yeah, I guess that, I mean.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean.
And then it gives, though, complete credence to Prince Louis at the Queen's Jubilee last week, when he was covering his ears over the aircraft flying over, when he had the world's attention in that regard. Here's today's water cooler question.
Right.
If you've not won in the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you qualify to win. And you will text your answer to 270-259-6000, 270-259-6000. Here's the question. It is much more likely someone gifted this to you than you bought it for yourself. It is much more likely someone gifted this to you rather than you purchased it for yourself. Text the answer to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000 is where you will text your answer. Are you all stumped? It is much more likely someone gifted this to you than you purchased it for yourself. Text the answer to 270-259-6000. Natalie, have you seen Top Gun Maverick?
I have not.
Yet. You
No.
think it's likely you... Have you seen Top Gun the original?
Long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick is going to be the highest grossing movie of 2022, and it has soared past $400 million at the domestic box office, making it the highest grossing movie of the year. And of course it's only June, but the other heavyweights like Thor, Love and Thunder, Minions, The Rise of Gru, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever could rival it, but are unlikely to go over the 400 and I think it's 401.8 as of this weekend, and should have another good weekend. Joker 2, I didn't see Joker, but there are talks that Lady Gaga will play the Harley Quinn character opposite Joaquin Phoenix in this says a musical sequel to Joker 2. She's talented. She did a really good job in A Star Is Born. Did you ever watch Gucci? I watched Gucci when we were traveling.
No.
Our House of Gucci. She did a really good job in that as well. So, a musical. Joker.
I don't.
I like musicals, but can't see Joker being a musical.
There is nothing appealing about that to me at all.
I'm not a big
not
movie
even Lady
person.
Gaga.
I mean,
so.
I just am not a movie person, anyways.
Really?
Not really. I mean, I'll go, and I mean, I enjoy them, but like, I'll probably see Top Gun Maverick in 5 years. I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not moviegoers.
There is a new series coming to Disney Plus. Are you a Disney Plus person?
Yes.
Disney Plus and Nat Geo have a new series called America the Beautiful. It will be narrated by Michael B. Jordan. It's coming out, I think, around the 4th of July. Yes, it drops on the 4th of July. It's a 6-part series narrated by Michael B. Jordan. It showcases the breathtaking wildlife and landscapes across North America, from the peaks of the mountains to the depths of the oceans. So there's one called Land of Heroes. There's one called Waterland. There's one called Northland. One called Wild West. One called Heartland, and one called Brave New World. So I don't know if that's 6, but that's close to 6. So that should be pretty good. I've been surprised, young Miss Alea, how much of the animal documentaries on Disney Plus that she's been fascinated with recently.
Harper
loving those?
Yeah, Harper loves those. Have you guys seen Izzy's Koala World?
No.
That's on Netflix, but Izzy's Koala World, Harper loves.
So my favorite
that
on
one.
Disney Plus is the party animals. So the picture on it is the laughing zebra.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it's like little vignettes of music videos of animals.
And the animals
are doing
Harper
funny
would-
things.
Yeah, Harper would
it's
love
good
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
It is. It's yes. Izzy's what now?
Izzy's Koala World. It's a koala rescue place in Australia, and Izzy is the daughter of this. Veterinarian, and Harper, we play it. I used to have, for a while, I had stuffed animals just like hanging upside down from different things in my house because they were koalas in there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
In their cages.
Makes sense. Perfect sense to me.
Disney Plus, we were watching the one about the grizzly bears the other day, and it's narrated that maybe more than just this one are narrated by him, but I know this one is. The grizzly bears one is narrated by John C. Reilly. Well, having just watched the Lakers show, Winning Time, on HBO Max, and then knowing John C. Reilly like I do from Talladega Nights, from Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story, and from Step Brothers, just to hear like John C. Reilly's voice doing this grizzly bear documentary, I just want to hear him go Prestige Worldwide or like
something.
I just want to hear him bust into his Step Brothers lines.
Have you all seen the documentary clips? And I think they've been on late night shows where Snoop Dogg narrates like a wildlife. Oh, Christy, it is the funniest.
I'll have to look that up.
Oh, you've just ruined my weekend because now she's not available to do anything else.
I was
now
secretly hoping you were going to say that new show is narrated by Snoop Dogg. That
would be funny. I'd like to hear John C. Reilly and Snoop Dogg do one.
Yeah.
Scanning through all of our guesses on the water cooler question, no. But I will give you a hint. It's a household item. So it's not. It is not makeup. It's not gift card. It's not books. But it's a household item, like something, maybe like an appliance. All right, so you can guess that 270-259-6000. You text your answer for the water cooler question. Maybe we'll have a winner after the break. Hang on. We'll get back with more here on In the Know.
Unlocks the heart and souls of you and me.
Have you ever heard of the better than average effect? It's a term used to describe how we tend to overestimate ourselves when things maybe aren't as good as we think. Studies show that we think of ourselves more highly than we ought to. We don't sing as well as we think we do, or eat and exercise like we should. We minimize addictions, downplay depression, or believe that our marriage is healthier than it is. And when things seem better than they really are, we're less likely to make improvements. To overcome the better than average effect, we need to do two things. First, humble ourselves and acknowledge that things could be better than they are. And second, work hard to make improvements. Both are essential for creating greater health, stronger families, and better careers. Dreaming big is always a good idea as long as we understand that nothing happens until we confront the things holding us back. We must be willing to see the truth. Pretending that we have our lives all put together while ignoring changes that would help us accomplish our goals keeps us stuck in neutral. Conversely, imagining a future, better self is healthy. If you're like a kitten who dreams of being a lion, then you get out there and make it so. Transformation won't happen by accident, but if you dig deep, work hard, and remain open to new possibilities, you can build a life that's better than average. For more to help you thrive, go to FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
The credit card debt happened when my daughter was born. I was using one credit card account to roll over into another credit card account, and it was snowballing.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6000. 990-6976.
When I first called Trinity, the representative understood the need based on the situation. They were great people to work with. From the first phone call that I made, they had me on a track to mitigate the credit card debt.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
Working with Trinity gave me the ability to save thousands of dollars. My name's Doug, and thanks to Trinity, I'm debt-free for keeps.
Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their Feel Better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Homeowners, especially on the lake, have most likely experienced or will experience water erosion on their properties. There is a solution and preventative measures that can protect against this type of erosion. With the help of products and service from Scotty's Contracting and Stone, Crushed Rock Road Enhancements can provide erosion control and shoreline protection. Well-designed and maintained erosion control helps ensure that today's beautiful and safe landscapes remain so tomorrow. To discuss erosion control and shoreline restoration solutions with Scotty's Contracting, call 270-259-5696.
Well, I got a woman way over town that's good to me.
MB's point to ponder for today. Would you rather be able to speak all the languages of the world or be able to talk to animals? Would you rather be able to speak all the languages of the world or be able to speak to animals?
Those animals know some stuff, y'all. Think of all the stuff they've seen.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm going to go with languages.
I want to know what them animals see.
Okay, so you and I can get together. So if you choose one and I'll, okay.
That's what
And then
you need to
I
do.
could translate for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you all could even build your own app like the Google Translate
go.
app.
Mhm.
What's funny is the other day I asked Dennis Cook a question, and his answer was, "How do you say lazy in Hebrew?" And so I just went to the Google Translate app and I put lazy in Hebrew and I pasted it and sent it right back to him. And I think he didn't think I would do that. Like, well, here's how you say lazy in Hebrew. So it was like, so you all can add, you can have your own Translate app. I like that. Xaviera knew the correct answer was blender. Blender is the correct answer to the water cooler question. I mean, yeah, most people get it as a wedding gift or a housewarming gift or something.
I didn't buy my own. It was a gift.
Yeah, I mean, so do you have a food processor?
I don't.
Yeah.
I need one. Though.
I bought one.
Do you need one?
You got
when he the time or two, or I don't know, that he's drugged this apparatus out.
Yeah.
It has a lot of parts.
It does have a lot of parts.
And it would not be worth it to me
to use it.
I
mean, I've lived,
I don't think
30, I don't know how old I am, 4 years without it. So, I mean, I probably don't need it now, but
I bought it specifically to make lasagna.
Oh.
It was recommended to be used in food prep for lasagna, and I made lasagna one time.
Oh. And I make lasagna all the time, and I don't use a food processor.
Yeah.
I just looked at it like,
Well,
I'm not getting that.
I'm pretty good about food prep,
Right.
about slicing and dicing and all that stuff. But for whatever reason, it said, I thought, well, we don't have a food processor. I wonder if we could use one.
Now
But,
we do.
We have one. Maybe when it can be stored a little bit better, perhaps it'll.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe we're
But,
not
with
finished with it
better
exactly yet.
access to it or something. And
No, he was saying don't get rid of his food processor. That's what that amounted to.
yeah, I know.
Well, until recently, it was covered up by 10 other things.
Yes.
So you'd have to unpack 10 other things to be able to get to it. So I'm not willing to wave the white flag just yet, but I can see, like, I don't know if we need that or not. On television, the NHL playoffs tonight, the finals, game 1, Tampa Bay at Colorado. So You Think You Can Dance on Fox, the top 12 dancers perform, and the season finale of Kung Fu on the CW. The Tall family, big watchers of the Kung Fu show on the CW, I'd imagine. Had you heard of it before just now?
Nope.
Well, nor had I.
No, all I can do is the song in my head.
Kung Fu fighting.
Carl Douglas. Today's highlight in history, this date in 1775, the Second Continental Congress voted to unanimously appoint George Washington head of the Continental Army. That's kind of important. 1934, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed an act making the National Guard part of the U.S. Army in the event of war or national emergency. Let's go to birthdays. Chinese President Xi Jinping is 69 today. I don't know if that's worthy of celebrating. Jim Belushi is 68. I really should mention that Baseball Hall of Famer Wade Boggs is 64. He played for the Red Sox, but I'll mention him anyway. Helen Hunt is 59. Courtney Cox is 58.
Oh, my.
Ice Cube is 53. Leah Remini is 52. So think about that. Helen Hunt, Courtney Cox, and Leah Remini, all three starred on major sitcoms, and they share a birthday. Ice Cube's 53. Neil Patrick Harris is 49. He also starred in a very big sitcom. Gone but not forgotten, Mario Cuomo, 1932. Waylon Jennings in 1937. Jim Varney in 1949. Natalie, do you know who Jim Varney is?
The name is familiar, but no.
Hey, Vern. Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Saves Christmas.
Dustin would be so upset with me. Yes. Ernest
We
is
won't tell him.
Dustin's favorite.
I wondered,
That's why it was familiar to me.
there's
I
a
was like,
demographic divide in there somewhere where Jim Varney, because, well, I lost it, but he passed away long enough ago that you kind of think, well, once the Ernest movies once he was not making more movies, people had a tendency to maybe forget him a little bit. So, all right, let's go to chart toppers. Let's go back to 1956, and Goji Grant was number one with a song called The Wayward Wind. Eat the wrong things for dinner, you could end up with a wayward wind.
Oh, my.
What happened to that wind? Well, it went wayward. Let's go to 1965, the Four Tops. I can't help myself. It's a true story. These are at least songs that you know, I hope. Go to 1974, Gordon Lightfoot, number one, with Sundown.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown.
You all know that song?
It's racy. I know.
Yeah, that's not the original video that went with that song, by the way. That was pre-MTV. Lionel Richie, My Love, number one in 83. The Pride of Tuskegee, Alabama. Lionel Richie. Here's the pride of somewhere in eastern Kentucky. I don't know which town, actually.
Yes.
I knew it for you. I knew it.
I love it.
Don't tell my heart.
Oh, you can tell your friends just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone.
For one doctor. Nope.
You can tell my arms go back into the phone.
Look at that mullet, man.
Hit the floor.
He is also dressed like Michael Jackson.
Well, let's see.
It's a little bit J-Lo.
Well, I was going to do J.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do
no,
J-Lo.
that's all right. That's all right.
We got time. Hang on. All right, Jennifer Lopez, number one is 2001 with Play.
Cause my song he's gotta play. And when I hear that beat.
Now, I also have to play this because Snoop's in this song. California Girls, number one. Katy Perry featuring Snoop Dogg, number one this date in 2010. 12 years ago already. Oh, by the way, honey, did you see that she was at the Louisville Zoo last weekend?
This feels familiar.
Yeah, she was at WDRB, did a story. She was at the Louisville Zoo helping. Like she was like some type of VIP experience where she was helping feed some of the animals.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah,
There
no
you
one
go.
knows exactly where they're living, but they've got a home in
Mhm.
that area now that she revealed finally that she and Orlando and Daisy are living in Kentucky, at least part of the time. And then I wanted to make sure I was able to get to
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse.
so Billy Ray, part of #1 songs, decades apart, but on the same day. So Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus, #1, 3 years ago today with OTR.
Horses in the bag. Horse stock is attached.
Does it seem like that was 3? It seemed like it was longer than 3 years ago.
Everything seems like it was longer than 3 years
I
ago.
guess that's right. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Natalie, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So, I mean, you're welcome to stay here all day because we
Mhm.
have air conditioning, but I have a feeling you're headed back out into the warmth.
I am.
But just do whatever makes you happy, okay? It's good. If you want to hide from everyone longer, you're welcome to stay right here. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. When things go bad, don't go with them. When things go bad, don't go with them. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Natalie Tall, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes, it's on K1.